Hi, I'm Madame Kamita, and I love teaching about magic. If you have a question about spells, the law of attraction, spirituality, witchcraft, Slavic folk magic, spirits, divination, you can join me on Sundays at the Live Magic Q&A where we record an episode of my podcast, Magic and the Law of Attraction, and then I answer your questions on anything mystical or magical live over Zoom. Just go to spellsquad.com to get the link to join me in the clubhouse. And don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel and click the bell icon so you get a gentle, magical reminder and you'll be the first witch to see whenever anything new goes up. Here's a great tidbit from one of our past Q&As answering a really important spiritual question. Kelly Sue has a question. Can mermaid magic help create more flow in our lives? Absolutely. Mermaids are really interesting. And if you were at the mermaid class that I held for Catland last week, was it last week? I don't even know when it was. 2 weeks ago, a week ago Wednesday, I don't know, whenever it was. The last class I had, was it this Wednesday? I think it just happened this Wednesday. My time, I am so disoriented in time because I've been in quarantine, so I don't know when's what or when anything happened. Anyway, I had a mermaid class somewhere back in the recent past history. And during that class, I talked about mermaids and throughout different cultures, really talked a little bit, touched on the Rusalki a little bit, but we talked about mermaids all over the world, and they really are all over the world. And one of the things that's interesting about the mermaids that are, I mean, it could be said even of the Rusalki who are coming in and out of the water, there's a kind of, what I would say, a being in between state, a liminality of mermaids. They're a fish, but they're also a human, right? For Western European mermaid, they're fish and they're human. The Rusalki are going between land and the water. Are they land creatures? Are they water creatures? What are they, right? That is so beautiful and such a beautiful touchstone and a beautiful spirit to work with when you are going through transition of your own. I think that mermaids in particular are very, very special for people who are trans people, people who are non-binary people, and people who feel like they are not fitting into any one group in some way, that they don't pigeonhole neatly. And if you're going through change in your life, transformation and change, a mermaid can be a very helpful spirit for that because they live in that liminal space. They are not human and they are not a fish. They are in between. And they thrive in that in between. So what I love about mermaids, for example, is as a spirit that's very special to people who are trans people or people who are non-binary. They're very, very beautiful because they show that it is that you can not only survive in that liminal space, but thrive in that liminal space, thrive in being unpigeonholable, that don't fit neatly into one category, that you have this flowing quality to you. But it doesn't have to be about gender. It can be about other things as well. If you're having a transformation of any kind, you're moving from childhood to going through puberty, or you're going from your mother to your crone state, or you're changing from one career to another career. A mermaid can offer that flow in those in-between times that may not feel like you have your feet on solid ground. And so invoking mermaid energy and invoking the mermaid spirits to be with you and assist you during those times is a beautiful thing to do. So that's my recommendation. So you, Kelly Sue, saying, can mermaid magic help us create more flow in our lives, is you are cluing into a very important part of them, is that they do flow and they do thrive and they do celebrate this in-between state, which is just such a powerful thing, because all of us are going to go through in-between states in our lives, whether it's, transitioning into old age or transitioning from single life into married life or anything. These transitional times are, in Slavic magic, they were considered very risky, spiritually risky times when you were very open to some malefic magic, perhaps. And so you want to call on your faithful, connected spirits. So if you want to call on them to help you with more flow, first start by making offerings to them. Make a little altar, make a little offering at a body of water near you, something that's biodegradable and something that they'll appreciate. Something like that would be wonderful to do to develop that relationship so that you can call on them when you need them in those transitional states.